Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Amazing Spider-Man issues 359 and 360, where we have the introduction of one of my all-time favorite revenge-driven vigilantes called Cardiac. I always loved the design to this character in that every time he popped up in the story and had a clash with Spider-Man, he would always come out on top. So what I really like about Cardiac, because as I said before, he's a vengeance-driven character, but instead of going after common criminals and mafia bosses, he goes after businessmen and people that have gotten away with white glove crimes. In issue 359, Peter Parker actually discovers the existence of Cardiac, that every time Ben Ulrich would put out an expose about some crooked company, Cardiac would attack, trying to make the owners of these companies pay. So it seems that his next target is going to be this toy manufacturing company that had gotten off scot-free from a case that they had where one of their toys had led to the death of a child. So Spider-Man's hunch was right. He does cross paths with Cardiac. They have a brief little tussle there. But what happens is Cardiac and Spidey realize pretty quick that this toy company has way too many armed guards. And these guys have some pretty heavy artillery, so we have this three-way battle between Cardiac, Spidey, and the armed guards. Cardiac realizes that he has bitten off more than he can chew, so he makes a strategic escape. So what happens is we discover what drives Cardiac. We get his backstory. We discover that his brother had died from some rare disease, that they cannot find a cure for this, so he ends up dying. This drives Cardiac to study medicine. He gets into the pharmaceutical business and he's immensely successful. He ends up buying this gigantic company, and he discovers within the archives of this company that they had the cure already back then for this rare disease. They never put this cure on the market because it wasn't economically viable. They could not profit off the sale of this medicine. So oddly enough, this actually does happen in the real world, and it's a very serious problem. So after this first conflict, Spider-Man sets out to investigate this toy company. He discovers that it's actually tied to Obadiah Stane's company, that's the old Iron Man villain, and that they're actually making toys and chemical weapons. So this story goes from zero to what the fuck in 2 seconds flat, because that's a really weird way for a company to diversify making toys and weapons of war. So Spider-Man knows that Cardiac is going to attack this company again, so he jumps into action. They obviously cross paths again, but this time we have more of a team-up type of situation with Cardiac, because obviously Spider-Man's totally down with taking down this corrupt company. But also what happens when they finish off all the henchmen that this company has, the local DA arrives thanks to a tip of one of Peter Parker's co-workers who was spying on Spider-Man when he was using the power of internet to investigate this company. Because obviously back in 1991, the internet was somewhat of a novelty for a lot of people. So I guess the message that David Michelinie wants to convey as a writer is that justice will prevail. Don't be like Cardiac, blasting people with that weird staff that he has. Jokes aside, I hope you guys liked this video. See you guys next time. Bye.